Ink pens. Give me your ink pen. Let me steal your pen. Do you have a pen? Hey guys, this week I'll be showing you some of the ink pens that I use in my weekly drawings and letting you guys kind of hear about a little bit of the ins and outs, pros and cons of the materials that I use to create some of the artwork, and here's some of my recommendations that I like to give to students who are usually asking about what types of tools they should use to recreate some of their works. So in video number 2, I take a look at these ink pens. I shot both of these videos, the pencil and the ink pen video, back to back. So we'll pick up here where we start talking about some of the ink pens that I like to use on my work. I think I'll probably wrap the video up and talk about something that's really close to me, something that I really enjoy, and that's ink pens. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but because there's just so many different ink pens that are out there. But I do at least want to discuss a couple different styles or types of ink pens that exist. Of course, you're gonna be familiar if you're a student. I don't have a ballpoint pen on me. Those really cheap Bic pens that you get, those work nice. But the ink isn't really meant for fine drawing. It's not meant for archival drawing, meaning it's not meant to stay there and keep the same way as it is when you apply it. So I got into, when I was taking my art classes, these Micron Pigma pens. And you've probably, if you're a student in my class, you've probably seen these in the supply closet. They're pretty readily available at art stores. It's a water-based ink that's in here. And they come in a variety, I'm not sure if the camera's going to be able to pick this up, but they come in a variety of different diameters that will give you different types of lines. This is a 0.3 millimeter. Let's see if I can get something maybe a little bit larger, 0.5, a little bit larger. This one looks like it's dying down a little bit. Let's see, I think I've got a few other ones. Here's a 1 millimeter. And all of these Micron pens are built pretty much the same way. There's a felt tip that is measured on the diameter. So this is a 1 millimeter felt tip right there. And it lays down the ink like a marker almost would, just kind of drawing it out. And they go pretty small too. I think the smallest that they go to is a 0.05, yeah. Or 0.005, I'm sorry, the numbers rubbed off on that, but they're also on the side of the marker right there. I know you guys can't see that, but they also get to be very fine line detail, almost hairline, to the point where you can't really see them. And these are great markers. I'm sorry, these are great pens to use. Now, another brand that makes pens that I rely on a lot is Copic. Copic makes a multiliner pack. This is one of their packs, and I like these. These are pretty much built the same exact way as the Pigma. I don't believe these are water-based, though. I believe these are, these are alcohol-based markers. So the nice thing about this is if you do use any type of watercolor over your drawing, it's not going to affect the lines. They're not going to bleed all over the place. And these come, these come marked with the same measurements, sometimes a little bit different than the Pigma collection, but they're all basically the same. They're all constructed the exact same way. They all have felt tips, and they all lay down ink. This one's a little bit smaller. That's probably why you can't see it. Lay down ink the same exact way, and what you like and what you want to use is based on what I guess you're most comfortable with. Now, one of the pens that I really love, or one of the types of pens that I've fallen in love with a lot over the past few years, is a type of pen that kind of lends itself between painting and inking or drawing. And that's called a brush pen. The brush pen is really unique, and this brand right here, this one that I bought, Zebra, makes disposable brush pens, meaning you don't have to worry about refilling it or anything like that. Once it's dried out, you can throw it away and use another one. But I've fallen in love with brush pens because they give sort of that expressive quality of painting with a paintbrush without the hassle of having to you know, squirt out ink, get an ink reservoir, and dip a paintbrush in and clean up all that stuff. It comes in a really nice form factor, just like a regular pen, but the tip of it is, instead of being you know, felt tipped to a point, it's actually felt tipped to, let's see if I can get in here, felt tipped to a brush style. So I have the ability to make more painterly brush style marks. Now, of course, just like any pen, you're probably seeing right here some of the drawbacks that come with this. Just like any pen or any brush, the faster you move, the slower you move, the more pressure you put, tends to give you different results with the style of lines. And Zebra does make various tip sizes. I believe this pen brush, well, I don't know, it's in Japanese writing, but I've got a package here of one, a fine tip pen. There's also extra fine and broad, and they come just one to a package. I believe these might go for $3 or $4. Like I said, I've kind of fallen in love with these because just the lack of hassle of having to clean up brushes at the end of the day. I don't have to worry about you know, rinsing out anything. I don't have to worry about salvaging any ink. I don't have to worry about spilled ink anywhere. I don't have to clean anything. These are really great. I can buy them in a variety of different nib sizes, and I can get different types of lines across the whole different piece of artwork that I'm using. And again, you know, like I said, they stay. These, I don't believe, are these waterproof? Yes, these are waterproof. So you don't really have to worry too much about them bleeding if you're using marker or anything like that. And I have a lot of success with the brush pen itself, at least achieving the lines that I like, because I like that painterly style line. If you're looking to get more of a construction style specific line that doesn't have a lot of weight differentiation, then I recommend more of a technical pen like the Pigma or the Copic markers that are, or I'm sorry, Copic pens that are out there. And of course, there's other different brands. But again, something that I think I would recommend to everybody is go out and try a couple of them, whether it's pens or pencils, just to get an idea for what it is you like to use, get an idea for what types of effects you get, and hopefully, you know, you can kind of nail down a specific brand that works out better for you.